YouTube, in this video I'll be demonstrating how to repair, and by repair I mean replace, the LCD screen on this ASUS Republic of Gamers laptop. We'll first demonstrate the issue with the existing screen and then we'll move forward. So with the battery in, of course, powered up, and you can see this is the only result. In fact, I'm surprised that I actually see that much white this time around. Anyways, I did a little research and I do know that the LCD screen is damaged. You know, it could be part of the circuitry. I don't know exactly what the issue is on the existing board, but with the complexity of the circuits, any major portion that's failed could cause this. So it's not the laptop, it's not the video card, it's not the source signal. So with that in mind, we will turn off the computer. Turn it over. It's recommended that you take the battery out and have power disconnected. Typically when you work on a laptop you want to have the power connected that provides ground for you, but not in this case. You don't want any voltage that could affect yourself or the new screen. So we got it back open. First thing you're going to notice on this particular model, which is it's an ASUS, or some people say ASUS G750JM. That's the exact model type of this particular laptop. So it has little pads that cover the screw holes for the bezel. I've already removed those. There's 4 of them. Okay. And in this case, I've already taken out 2 of the screws. 2 are missing, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. It still fits pretty good. The important thing at this point is to be able to remove the bezel. So the easiest way to do that is with a small flathead screwdriver. Okay, you're going to gingerly insert it and start spreading the bezel. Right? It can be a bit tricky, so you want to take your time. Don't apply too much pressure. And it pretty much just starts popping off. I've already loosened this one ahead of time to make it easier for the video, but prying along the edge gently, snaps come apart and eventually you're left with the bezel. So we'll just put that to the side for now. Important thing to note at this point is how the screen itself is embedded or screwed into the rest of the laptop cover. So you can see here there's 2 screw holes and a peg in which the LCD screen is mounted in a metal frame, and there's screws here as well. So as I mentioned before, some of these screws are already taken out just for the save the essence of time. Once you get all the screws apart for this particular model, then you're free to pull it apart. So again, I took some screws out of here ahead of time. So at this point, you're able to simply pull the board out, or sorry, the LCD screen. So again, it's in a frame, which we're going to have to remove. Not a full frame, 2 brackets is a better way to say it. So we're just going to lay that down gently. As a matter of fact, the cable already came undone. It's a 40-pin connector for power and for signal. So that simply pulls off. As a matter of fact, I did have to pull this tape back just because it was holding it in place. There's really not a whole lot keeping the cable into the pin connector except for the tape. So that's all good, we'll leave that. I don't have a camera operator, it's just me, so I wanted to get a little better shot at the side of the screen, in particular the the frame here. So there's 3 particular small screws that need to be removed in order to get the bracket, is the word that I'm looking for, off. And I won't bore you with watching all that. They're tiny little screws. There's 3 that hold the bracket on, so I'm just going to remember the orientation so that when I put the new panel in, I can line these up as intended. So there you can see to go look for that screw because I dropped it on the ground. That's the bracket that we're concerned with. So we're going to take that off. That's it for the old screen. The new one looks identical, of course. We'll put this to the side and we'll grab the new one, which I have over here. It's got a plastic cover on it. Just going to orientate it the same way, which was like so. Okay, so we got the new LCD screen mounted back into the brackets. There's 3 small screws on each bracket. Just leaving the screen protector on there until I get it into the computer. Back into the laptop. So just tighten up that last one. And then sit it back down. I connect up the 40-pin connector. You can feel it go in. And then I'm going to put the tape back down because, like I said, that holds it in place. You don't want that to come loose or you're going to lose your signal. So I'm going to put an extra piece of tape on there to hold that. Scotch tape is good enough. And that's secure. So at this point we're just going to make sure that the cable itself is in the grooves of the bezel designed to hold the cable. And then we're going to mount it back into the frame like so. It sits on the pegs. I'll leave that for now. So it's just a matter of what do we have here? 6 to 8 screws. I won't record putting them all in, but get 2 up top to hold it in place. Just make sure they're snug. You don't need to strip them or kill them. And on the other side, so I think we can remove this now. So the replacement screen that I purchased for this laptop was actually a matte finish. There's 2 that you can choose from, glossy. Glossy tends to have a shinier surface, of course, and it picks up lights in the background. I'm liking the look so far of the matte finish. Alright, so I finished installing the rest of the screws. Everything's nice and tight and flush, as it should be. As you can see, this replacement's pretty straightforward, really not all that difficult. Depends on the laptop. This one's designed by people with intelligence, I think, in mind. Anyways, easy to access. So the last thing really is just to put the bezel back on, and that's just a matter of lining it up, and you can start pushing and snapping it in place. It's the easy part. So just make sure it lines up. Push it firmly all the way around, a little bit at a time. Put your hand on the back. It's all snapping well into place. There's 4 screws. I was missing 2 that go back in, and then the plastic inserts which cover the screw holes, these little triangles. After that, you're 100%. So I won't video putting those 4 screws back in. That's pretty straightforward. At this point, I'm going to put the battery back in, and we'll check and see how we did. Here we go. And lo and behold, screen's functioning. We got some graphic on there, some text, and we know it's 100%. Alright, so here you can see the final product, and the screen is in. It looks great. It's the matte finish. I haven't had any issues with it. Just want to say thank you to laptopscreen.com for giving me the opportunity to make this video. hopefully anybody out there that's doing a screen replacement will find it useful. And yeah, I'm happy with the service and the shipping that they provided. So thanks again, and take care.